I want to tell you how church denominations, in one way or the other, are discouraging talent. Exactly am I talking about? Let me tell you my story. Yes, I did theology, at the degree level and MTH level. But this is where the problem is. Many people think that after studying theology, it's very important for you to be ordained as a local church pastor or as a pastor with a denomination so that you walk there as a pastor. I was contacted, for ordination, the interest was shared, the idea was shared with me. And I told people that I didn't feel the call to serve as a pastor with our denomination. Not many people, many people didn't understand my intention. Different people have their different thoughts about it. Some people insisted to a point that many people are even thinking I'm running away from it because probably, they have their own reasons. But this is the idea. I didn't say no because I don't like it. I said no because I am yet to have the call, Somebody says that the call of God is like being in love with a person. The moment you meet a girl or a boy you love, you will know, you will feel it. So I said I'm yet to. I'm not saying no, I said I'm yet to. If God says to me today that I should go and accept it, I will do it. But this is what I want you to understand, that we are not the same in God's master plan. Each one of us is useful. Each one of us is very important, but we are unique. We are different. If all of us are letter A in God's master plan, how can he spell Ada? Is it not better for some people to be letter A and for some people to be letter D? So that when God wants to spell Ada, he can easily do that. Let me take you back to the story, of the talent. The master was traveling. Maybe many of you are aware of the story. That's why I said, let me take you back. But for some of you who are not, let me tell you a story of the talent. The master was embarking on a trip and he called 3 of his servants. To the first one, he gave him 5 talents. To the second, he gave him 2. To the third, he gave him 1. There's a phrase in that story that says, each received according to his ability, which means the master knew the abilities of his servants. He gave the first servant 5 because he knew that that servant had the ability to manage 5. He gave the second one 2 because he knew that one too had the ability to manage 2. He gave the third one 1 because he knew that one didn't even have the ability to manage 2. Even the one, what happened eventually? The first one that received 5 immediately invested his talent and he got 5 more. The second one that received 2 immediately invested his talent and he got 2 more. The third one who received 1, what did he do? He concealed it. He didn't invest it. He just concealed it. So now, this is the idea. If you remember, the phrase says, each receive according to his ability. Let's assume that my ability is to manage 2, and you transfer me to the office of the one who is supposed to have 5 talent. If I go there, my ability is not up to the ability of managing 5 talents, or if you transfer the person with 5 talents down to the department of the one with 1 talent, what do you think will happen? He will easily become proud. He will easily become arrogant because this ability is higher than managing the 1 talent department. So if the church wants to nurture talents, then the issue of transfer of pastors must also be put into consideration. When you want to transfer people to different departments, remember their areas of gifting. Remember their abilities. Do not transfer somebody who has 1 talent to the office of the one who has 5. If you do that, that person will not be productive. That's one of the reasons why that's why we're having crisis all over, because people are either overmanage or undermanage. So it's very important for you to remain in your area of calling. Don't do it because somebody somewhere is insisting that you must do it. If you are not called by God to serve as a local church pastor, don't do it. Because if you go there, you are going to be frustrated. You are going to destroy the fellowship. If you are called by God to serve as a local church pastor, don't run away from it. Go and do it, because that is your area of responsibility. Me, I am called to serve as an evangelist. I'm called to serve as a teacher of the word. That is what I'm doing, to go to the marketplace, to go out beyond the church walls. And by church, I mean church fellowship, to go beyond the church walls, engage with humanity, and see how God can use me to add godly values to them. So if you want to be effective, you must remain in your area of calling. Don't do it because your parents are insisting that you must do it. They are not your creator. Don't do it because your pastor is insisting that you must do it. Your pastor is not your creator. Don't do it because your community elders are thinking that because you can preach very well, you can teach very well, then you can represent the community as a pastor. No, they are not your creator. Listen to your parents, listen to your pastor, listen to the elders, but take all your cases to God for his final approval. Please do not conceal your talent. God did not give you a talent just for safekeeping. He gave you the talent so that you can use it for his glory, so that you can multiply his talent, so that eventually the whole nations of the world will be blessed. So it's very important for you to know that God is your creator, God is your sender, and only God can lead you to your area of calling. In my next video, I'm going to talk to you about how to discover your area of calling in God's master plan. But for me, I am not moved by what people are saying. I am not moved by the criticism. I am not moved by the opinions of people. If it is not from God, it is not from God. I will not do it. But if it is from God, even if I am against it, I will still do it, because I cannot run away from my calling. My calling is from heaven, and it's very important for me to pursue it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm adding value to you right now. I am being used by God to add value to you. This is my calling, and I am happy doing it. I'm fulfilled doing it. I am feeling so great seeing results, positive results